Okay. So stream API we are seeing. Stream API. Stream API. Okay. See, stream API is an addition to our Java 8. Okay. What is a stream then? It's an addition feature to the Java 8 which the Oracle has given. So what exactly a stream is? What exactly a stream is? What exactly a stream is? A stream in Java can be defined as a stream in Java can be defined as sequence of elements. Stream in Java can be defined as sequence of elements from source. Stream in Java can be defined as sequence of elements from source that supports aggregate operations, aggregate operations aggregate operations on them. Here, source could be a list or an array or file input output file IO input output could be a file as well. Okay, so what is a stream? A stream in Java can be defined as sequence of elements from the source. Here, source could be defined as a list or be an array. So, how to create a list? So, how to create a stream? How to create a stream? How to create a stream? Stream can be created in two ways. Streams can be created in two ways. The first one is using of method, and second one is using stream method, So using of method, we will be able to create a stream, and using a stream method also, you will be able to create a stream. So when you will use of method, when you will use stream method, we'll see now. Okay. So see, we will be using of method if we want to create a stream by passing some values, then we will be using of method. And the stream method, when you will use stream method, if you have a list and the list will be having some values and you want to traverse through the list. So then you will be then you will be calling list.stream method. So you already have values and you want to traverse through the values one by one. So you'll be using a stream method to traverse it. Okay. So the first scenario we'll see it. So using of method. So let's see an example. Let's say we have a numbers from 10 to 60. So we want to add these numbers. Okay, we want to add these numbers to a we want to add these numbers and create a string. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 numbers are there. We will be adding these number to a stream and we'll be creating a new stream from it. So I'll say, so of method is a static method which will be available in stream interface. So you'll be calling with respect to the interface name. So I'll say stream dot of. So this of method is taking the multiple values. Okay. N values it will be taking. You can define n number of values in a of method. So each value will be separated with a comma. Okay. So we'll be writing like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 60 values we are storing in a for 10 to 60 numbers we are creating a string. Okay. So now this of method will return a new stream. By taking these values, it will create a new stream. I'll say it as a, what values we are storing in a string? We are storing integer values. We can directly give it over here. Integer. I'll say int stream. I'll say int stream. Okay. Because we have stored integer values, we will be using, we'll be giving the integer as a type. Let's say if you are storing the string values, so then you'll be giving string as a type. So let's say, let's write stream dot of, and here we'll be giving the values, like for example, uh, let me give the cricket team names. India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Okay, so these many teams, okay, are there, and we are creating a stream for these. We are creating a stream using these, using these names. Okay, so I'll create a stream. I'll say stream of. So what value we are storing? String values or integer values? String values, right? So we'll give string over here. I'll say CT Champions Trophy teams. Okay, fine. So this is the way to create a string. Okay, if we are creating a string, what you have to mention the type over here in the rectangular braces. Okay, so fine. So we have, overloaded, we have primitive streams as well. So mostly we will use this stream for objects. The way we are using the predicate, we are using the supplier, we are using the function, right, for objects. In the same way only, we will be using the stream. The stream we will be using for the custom objects. So here, string is a class. In order to store the class values, we will be using this. So now, what about if we want to store the integer values? So we have a int stream. We have a int stream. We have a int stream. If you want to store the double values, we have a double stream. If you want to store the long values, we have a long stream, and so on. Okay. So these many, how many wrapper classes we have for our primitives, that many we can create we have the stream set. Okay. So now the second approach. So we will be using stream method. We will be using stream method to create a string. Okay. So this is one of the popular approach actually. This is one of the popular approach to create a string. Okay. So stream is one of the method to create a stream interface. So like, we will be using a collection. We will be creating a new string from it. So let's say, for example, you have a list of employees. Okay. Let's say, Rakesh, Rahul, Ravi, Rohit, and we have Virat, so many, like Shreyas. So let's store all these in a list. Okay, you know, right, how to create a list. Okay. So let's create a list. How to do list? List equals to new. You can use linked list or array list to create it. Okay, created the list. Now we have to add one by one values. Add, I'll say Rohit. Let me add Virat and Shreyas, Gill. Okay, so these many, we can say, let me give this as these many players we have. Okay, so now I want to, perform some operation on these layers. What I'll do is I'll convert this list into a stream so that I can get all these guys one by one in stream. So the data will be arranged one after the other. Okay, we can perform operations simultaneously on these, like, on the list of the on these guys actually. Let's say, for example, I want to perform operation over here. Let's say I want to get the uh, uh, a player whose name starts with R. Okay, what I'll do is I'll say list.string. So what I'm saying is, okay, I have a list. I want you to convert this list to a stream. Okay. So what it will do? It will return a stream of, what is the type it is? What is the type it is? Stream of string, right? We are storing in double quotations. It is a string only. So we'll say stream of strings and we'll say SS, stream of strings. Now, what I'll do is, now I will perform some operation on this string. So I'll say SS dot, I'll say filter. I want to filter. I'll say over here, I'll write the logic. I'll provide a predicate over here. So what predicate will do? It will take an input and it will evaluates the input. Okay. And it will return true or false, right? That's what it will do, right? Predicate. So now I'll write the predicate. So I'll write predicate P. It will be taking, predicate is taking the string as a type. I'll say lambda expression predicate is having a test method and we have to provide the implementation for that, right? So I'll say return. So the predicate will be taking some argument, right? So I'll say name is an argument which is taking. Okay. Now name dot starts with R. You have to, if the name is starts with R, you have to get those guy details to me. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll pass this predicate to the filter and I'll say I'll use for each and I'll display that guy details system.out double colon println. So here double colon is a method reference. Do not confuse it. Okay. So now either you can directly print it or you can take it to the separate collection as well. If you want to take it to the separate collection, this is the one way. If you want to directly print it, and if you want to take it to the, one more collection. So what you'll do is instead of writing a for each, so you'll say collect of, we have to collect to a list. So collectors dot to list. So it will be collected to a list. Now this will return list of string. I'll say resultant name. Now you can check here. Now here what is my what I'm trying to do over here is I want to perform some operation on my list. Okay, the operation is I have a list of members. I have a list of names you can consume. Okay. I want to filter the name that starts with R. Okay. That's my, criteria. So for that, what I did is, so I have converted the list into a stream. First step we completed and it is returning a stream of strings. That's fine. So the next step, what I did is I have created the predicate. Okay. And in the predicate, what I have written the logic and implementation, if the name is starts with R, you have to return the value. You have to return true or false. So if the list is containing, the name which starts with R, so what it will do, it will directly return that value. So that's what we are doing over here. So now we have created the predicate. Okay. We have the predicate. Okay, now what we are doing is we are passing this predicate to a filter. This filter is a function which will be taking the predicate. We will be learning this filter in the coming, in maybe next couple of minutes. Okay. So now filter will be having the predicate. Okay. Now, once we got the filter will return true. So based on that, we'll return the response. Based on that, we'll return the response. So you can directly include, you can directly say something like this. You can directly paste it over here. But why you are like, you might confuse, because of that only I have taken instead of, yeah, right? By default, it will be returning into it. You don't need to write a statement if you are writing inside the filter. If you are writing outside the filter, you have to return the statement. Okay. So by default, it will be returning the name that starts with R, and it will be printing it. And you want to collect that same name to a collection. Okay. You will be using collect method. In the collect method, you will be calling the collector.toList. Okay. So these are the different ways actually. So you can use a stream method on the collection, or you can use a off method to pass some values and create a stream, and you can perform some operation on that stream. Okay, these are the different ways to create a stream. Okay, so yeah. Mm, yeah, fine. Mm. So on stream we can perform wide variety of operations. So we have converted the list into a stream, right? On stream we can perform operations like intermediate operations, terminal operations. Okay, these are the two operations. In intermediate operations, again we have categories actually, so we'll discuss about that. Okay, so intermediate operations, inside the intermediate operations, we on stream we perform two types of operations. They are intermediate operations, and the other one is the terminal operation. In intermediate operation, again we have uh, methods like filter, which will be taking the predicate as a parameter, map, which will be taking the function as a parameter. We have mm, yeah, we have filters, maps, and we have so many other things we will be discussing like once we went to that topic actually. As of now, just remember that filter and map. Terminal operations, you can say count is one of the terminal operation. Collect is one of the terminal operation. Okay, so these are the you know uh, terminal operations we have. Okay, so on streams we can perform two types of operations. They are the intermediate operations and the terminal operations. Intermediate operations are always returns the you can say that always returns a new stream. Okay, which always returns a new stream, and terminal operations always returns the result. Okay, I'll explain you through an example. Here you can see, here you have filtered the data, right? So this will, the filter method will again give the new stream, because here you have performed the filter, right? You got the new data now. The stream is having only the name which starts with Rohit, starts with R. Okay, so it is having the stream of string, and the string will be having the Rohit as the data. And we will be like, if you want to perform some operation on the data also, like we will do it. Otherwise, if you want to display the data, we can do it using the for each loop or collect method. Okay, so intermediate operations do not produce any result. They usually accept the interface as a functional interface as a parameter, and they will always returns the new stream as a parameter. Okay, so we'll see some examples on the intermediate operations. Okay, and yeah, as I said, the stream operations can be categorized based on, like, can say that, like, based on the can say something like this. The stream operations, like we have some stream operations. So filter map will comes under that. So that will comes under the stream operations. The stream operations can be um, classified as like stream operations. Whatever the operations we are performing on the collection, the stream operations can be classified as filtering, slicing, mapping, matching and finding, and we have reduction and collect. So these are the stream operations. So slicing, filtering, slicing, mapping, matching, and finding. So these are like comes under the intermediate operations, reduction, collect, and these are comes under the terminal operations. Let's see one by one. Okay. Hmm. First, let's see the filter operations. First, let's see the filter operations. Now you got it right. What exactly a stream is? What are the operations we are performing on a stream? Any doubts on? Now, first one is filtering. Filtering operations. And we have a method for this filter method. Filter method. The filtering operations, the filtering operations filters the given stream and returns a new stream. What the filter operations will do, filtering operations will do, it will take a stream and it will return a new stream. Let me take an example. Let me take an example. I'll take an example of same okay. So I'll take an example of numbers like we have 10 to 60 numbers we have. I want to display the numbers which are greater than 30. Okay. So let's write the code. So I'll say I have a write a Java program to filter the numbers that are greater than 30. So we have to filter the numbers that are greater than 30. So let me copy this. Let me go to my IntelliJ and yeah, is my IntelliJ, it's up and running, right? Yeah, fine, it is. Yeah, here we have. Okay. Let me close this. Let me create a separate package for streams. Stream API track. Stream API practice. So here what I'll do is I'll be creating a class. I'll say filtering operations, and I'll create a main over here inside my filtering operations. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll create a list which will be having the numbers 10 to 60. So you can create in multiple ways. I'll use arrays dot as list. I'll say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 50 and 60. This will return list of integer. And these we consider as a numbers, and we have to import the list, right? So let's import the list, import the class. We have imported the list interface. Now we have to, our question is, we have to write a Java program to filter the numbers, that are greater than 30. The first statement, what I'll do is I'll say numbers dot stream. What it will do, if I I want to like, how I will do is, I'll be converting the list into a stream. Okay. The stream will be, the list of numbers will be converted to a stream of integers. Okay. Because here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 are the integer values only. So it will be converted to, stream of integers, or you can assume that in stream also, like you can take it. Okay. So let's first go with, custom, I'll say stream of integers, stream of integers. So I'll say this integer stream. Cool. Let me import this stream. So where this stream is available, it is available in java.util.stream package. So let's import this. Okay. Java.util.stream package, it is available. Now I'll say, now we have to perform, filter operation on this string. So what is the requirement? We have to filter the numbers that are greater than 30. So I'll say in string dot filter. You can see here, this filter method is taking the predicate as a parameter, right? It is taking the predicate as a parameter. So now, so what exactly predicate? A predicate is a one which will take a value, which will take an object as a parameter, and it will evaluate that value and it will return a boolean value. It could be a true or false. Okay. So here, this predicate here, I'll do one thing. Instead of writing the predicate inside, I'll try to write the outside so that it is easy for you to understand what we are writing it. So predicate will be taking some value. Here in our case, it is taking a number. Okay. Number, what is the filter? What we have to check the condition? If the numbers are greater than 30, if a number is greater than 30, what do you have to do? You have to return those numbers. Predicate will say, if a number is greater than 30, okay, it will return true. So when it is returning true, definitely will be taking those numbers into the consideration. Okay. So now here I'll say int, I'll say number predicate. P is capital. Okay. And this will take integer. That's fine. So I'll give this number predicate over here. Cool, right? So now if I want to display, I'll say for each, I'll say system dot out double colon println. Fine. So first what I did is I have created a list. I have converted that list into a stream. It will be returning a stream of integer. Now, once it is returning a stream of integer, what I am doing is I am performing filter operation on that stream. So I am giving a condition. The filter method is taking the predicate as a parameter. Here I am providing the implementation for the predicate. I'll say number is greater than 30. If a number is greater than 30, so you should return true. So if it is returning true in the sense, so the value will be considered. Okay. And it will be printing the value one by one. It will be checking the value one by one. It will be checking it. Okay. So let's run this one. Let's see what could be the output. Okay. Let's run as a filter operation Java program. So what is the response? 40, 50, 60. Got it? Got it, right? Fine. Now what I'll do is I have explicitly written this. I have written the predicate separately and I have clubbed this predicate to a filter, right? What I'll do is I'll remove this entire thing. I'll remove this one as well. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll put it in a comment so that I'll explain you later as well. So now what I'll do is I'll say a filter will be taking a predicate, right? A predicate is having a test method as an abstract method. So test method will be taking a argument of 1. So now let's say here we are passing a number as an argument. Okay. And I want to check the number. If the number is greater than 30 or not. Simple. That's it. So this will also return the same response. Instead of creating separately the predicate interface, after creating the predicate interface, we have to pass the predicate interface. It's kind of a long approach, right? So directly I passed it. I'm getting the same result. This will support for the objects as well. Okay. So now what I'll do is, I said, right, for the integer values, we have end string. Okay. Now what I'll do is, I'll take off this one as well. I'll say instead of stream of integers, what I'll do is I'll be taking as a int string. Int string. What is this? Cast. Okay, it is converted to okay int string, and yeah, we can like execute it. We have kind of typecasted it, and we have like printing it now. Same. So the same response we'll get it. Let's see. Not convert integer. Okay, incompatible of a stream dot. Mhm. Okay, it is incompatible. It is showing. Maybe it will. Okay, I'll come back to you on this. It should return actually stream of integers. Okay, fine then. Okay, 40, 50, 60, it is returning. Okay, fine then. I'll come back to on this wrapper class. Small change it should have actually. Fine then. Okay. So now you understood about the, filter, right? What filter will do? Filter will be, filtering the data which we have provided. Like for example, if you want to filter the, list. So based on some condition, so you can do it. Okay. The filter will be taking the predicate as a parameter. Okay. So the predicate, what it will do, it will take a single object as a parameter and it will evaluate that object and it will return the true or false. That's what we have done. Okay. So next, let's perform one more operation on the, we have performed the operation on the list of numbers. Now let's take the strings, filter operation on strings. Then we will be seeing the, custom object. Otherwise, I'll directly go for the custom object. Let's say we have already person, right? So, okay, filter using custom. So here, what you do, you have to create a person object. Person equals to new person, because we have already in the first half what we did is we have already like in my workspace I have already I do have a person object actually somewhere it is, yeah, here I do have a person object already in my workspace. I'm using the same. Okay, the person object will be having the two params. One is the name and the age. So I'll pass the same. Okay, so where it is, where it is, where it is, where it is. Filter with the custom. So let's close all others, other tabs. Okay, so I'll be passing the name. Let's say I'm passing the ABC and the age is let's say 23. So I'm passing the multiple, I'm creating multiple objects. Let's say this is a person 2 and this is a person 3 and this guy is a person 4 and we have the different names. D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. I will say 26, 28, 21. So these are the respective ages of these persons. Now what I'll do is I'll perform uh, I'll perform a filter operation on these actually. So I'll say filter the filter the persons whose age is like more than 20, 25. I'll say more than 25. Okay, so write a Java program to filter the persons whose age is more than 25. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll keep all these person objects in a list. Okay, so I'll say list of what object we are storing it. Just give that person. The person P is a capital, and we'd say that persons new linked list. Okay, persons dot add. Okay, I'll say person. So what is the list it is imported? It's the same list, right? Okay, I have to write everything in a main. That's what every time main I'm missing it. Okay, don't need to miss from your end. Okay, fine. Persons dot add. I'll say persons dot add of person 2, persons dot add of person 3, a duplicate, and person 4. So these many guys details I have added. Okay, so now I have the persons collection. Now what I'll do is I have to write a program to filter the persons whose age is more than 25. I'll say persons dot stream through these persons list, and you have to filter a person whose age is greater than 25, and you should display that. Should display, or you should collect into a list. Print. Okay, let's print it the same. I'll say here, okay, we have already added a person, right? Let me change it to PR. I'll say PR dot person. That's fine. Because why it is throwing me error is here, I have already taken the object name as person. So you shouldn't be having the same name right over here as well. So it should give the different name. That's why I have given the per. Okay. So now, so what it will do? So in this case, what is the result? We will be getting the DEF, and we will be getting the GHI as the response. Let's see. Run as Java application. Let's see what would be the output. See, DEF and GHI. So these are the 2% details we retrieved. Okay, so that is a filter. Okay, we end up with filter. Okay, so map. Let's discuss one more filter operation, mapping. So we have discussed filtering, then we are going to discuss mapping. So mapping operations, this is now mapping operation. Mapping operations. Before mapping, what we have discussed, we have to discuss slicing or what? Mapping only we have to discuss now. Filter and yeah, fine. So mapping operations. So now to work with the mapping. So what map will do is here, it will take the map interface, map method will be taking the function interface as a parameter. Function interface as a parameter. Function interface as a. So map is a method which will be taking the function interface as a parameter. A function is an interface which will be taking the function is an interface which takes a parameter which takes a parameter as type t, and it will return the same or different response. Okay. So now let's see an example on the map method as well. Okay. Stream operations. Let's directly take a custom object itself. Mapping operations. What I'll do is I'll take a same list. Let's play with the same. I have to every time create. Let's take the same. Okay. We take a main, and so main I'll be adding the details. Now here I have taken I have created an object of person. The person will be having a name and age and all, and I have created the 4 persons, and I have added the 4 persons to a list. Okay. So now we have to write a code where it will be taking a where it is where it is going to take the person object as a parameter, and it will return the list of names only. It will return only the list of names. Let's see. Let's take off this one. Let me write clearly. Write a Java program to convert the to list the names or to display the person names in upper cases or lower cases. We have already in upper cases, right? Lower cases. Okay. Here you can check map is taking map is taking function interface as a parameter. Function will take an object and it will return a different type as well. Okay. So now here we have persons dot, I'll say stream through the persons to get the stream of person objects. Okay. So now what we are doing is we are using a map. So map, you can check here. Map, it is taking the function interface as a parameter. Okay. So now we'll be taking function interface as a parameter, and inside this function, what we are doing is we are taking the person object, and we are saying that person dot get name dot to lowercase and we have to collect them into a list, or we can directly print it. Let's print it for each. I'll say system dot out :println. Here I will take the different object because I have already taken the same object at the top. I'll say person per. Yeah, and I got it. So now what it will return? Anyone can tell what it will. Okay, so this statement will return the person name in a lowercase letter. Let's run as Java application. Let's see the output over here. See, it is printing the person names A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, J, K, L, all these person details in a lowercase letter, because we have performed the operation to convert the name into a lower cases. Okay, fine. So first what we did, the function map method, what it takes the person object as a parameter, but what it return at last, it is returning the list of string as a parameter. It is returning the list of string as a return type. Okay, fine. mm, yeah, I think we have completed this map interface as well. So map no mapping operations as well. Okay, next we will be seeing the uh, other operations. Okay, so I'll take break of 10 minutes. Okay, I'll come back again. 10 or 15 minutes we'll take break. Okay, do not go anywhere. So we'll take 10-15 minutes break and we'll come back again. Let's see the slicing operations and streams.
Your voice is breaking. Is it for me alone?
So we were discussing about the slicing operations, right? And for slicing, like slicing operations, we have like slicing operations are intermediate operations actually. So as the name implies that like they are used to slice a stream. Okay, so we have three different types of slicing operations. So we have three slicing operations. One is distinct, distinct. The other one is limit. The other one is third one is skip. So these are the three slicing operations we have, and let's see one by one. So the first one is distinct. First one is distinct. Okay. So this is the first operation actually. We will be discussing this first operation distinct, and so what it will do is it will return the distinct element of a string, distinct element of a string. Let's say an example. Let's say we have a list of countries. Let's say I want to uh, let me do one thing. Let me take a example and let me show you. So let me write an example. Let's say, let me create a separate class over here. I'll say distinct OP, listing operations, and that's fine. So inside this, I'll create a main. So distinct always returns the unique elements. Okay. Instead of like, we might have the duplicate elements in a list. So if we want to get the unique elements, unique names or things like that, we will be using the distinct. Okay. So fine. So let's say I have a list of names. Let's say string, and let me say the countries. So let me add the countries who are participating in the Champions Trophy. Here, let's say linked list. Let's say linked list, and just import this list. Okay, that's fine. So let's say countries dot add. Let's say India. Let me paste it. New Zealand and Pakistan, us, and we have Australia again. So here you can see in this list, we have a duplicate entry. Okay, so Australia is like, it's repeating twice actually. So now I want the distinct elements, or I want the distinct elements uh, I want the distinct elements. I want them to in a list, or I want like, I can display it using the for each loop. So first what I'll do is I'll just go through this, countries. Okay, so I'll say countries dot string. What I'll do is I'll say I'll perform distinct. I'll say distinct So if I say distinct, so it will only take the unique names or unique country names. Okay. So I'll say for each. So it will display system dot, let's display those values using system dot println. Okay. So now let's run this one. So this will return the distinct elements. Okay, wait. So you can see here, it is displaying only the distinct elements. India, New Zealand, Pakistan, Australia. So these are the different countries we have. So here we have the duplicate entry. So when we are using this thing, it is returning only the unique names. Okay, unique country names only it is returning. Right. So that is why, like, distinct will be used to, like, display only the unique elements or unique names. Okay. So fine. Let's go and check the other limit. There is other slice operation. So this is the limit. So limit is also an intermediate operation actually. So it returns the string which consists of the, like, elements. So, like, for example, let's say, okay, limit is also one of the slicing operation. So it is also an intermediate operation. What it will do is it will give the elements which are requested actually. For example, I want to display only the first two elements in a collection. So I'll use limit. The limit will be having size as a parameter. So we will be using that size and we'll be giving the name. So here we will say max size. That's it. Okay. So let me go to the IntelliJ and let me write it over here. So we will be writing the same. In the same example only, I'll be writing the limit as well. So here we have displayed the distinct country names. Now what I'll do is I want to just, like, display only the first two countries. I want to limit to first two. So I'll say countries dot stream through the countries. I'll say limit of two, and I'll display it system dot out double colon system dot out double colon print ln. So what it will do? So it will display the first two countries. Okay. So when you are saying limit of two, it will only display the first, it will consider only the first two entries. Okay, it will skip the other entries. So here you can see, first it is displaying the distinct elements. Now after that, what it will doing? It is displaying in the entries, two entries only. So we are limiting it to two only, right? Two only, right? So we are displaying the two countries based on the given limit function. Okay. So distinct and limit both are the intermediate operations. So like we will be using this to, distinct will be used to, display the distinct elements of a collection or any. Okay. So limit will be used to limit the, data which you want to, like, display it or you want to take it to a collection. Okay. So then we have skip. Then we have a skip. Like limit and distinct, skip is also, oh my goodness, need to put on charger. The next one is that skip. Skip is also an intermediate operation, so which is used to, like, skip the n elements. So if you are, like, specifying the number over here, so it will be specifying the that many elements. Okay. So provide size here. Okay, so let me, okay, so I'll write the, I'll write the example of skip also in the same. Okay, so what I'll do is I will be skipping the first two countries and I'll be displaying the rest of them. Okay, what I'll say? First two countries will be skipped and the rest of them will be displayed. So how to do that? So countries dot stream dot limit. Sorry, not limit. So you should be saying skip and you should say, so how many elements you want to skip? So let's say I want to skip two elements. So now after skipping the two elements, I want to display the data. System dot out double colon print ln print ln. Okay, let's save it. So let's run. So let me comment this too as of now. Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me run as a distinct OP. Now what it will do? It will display the, it will first skip the two elements and it will display the rest of them. See, it is doing right. Okay. So we have seen the slicing operations as well. Slicing operations will be used to cut down the cut down the elements of a list. Okay, so it can be, it can take any list. Okay, so it will be cutting down the elements. The first example we have seen, like for the distinct. So distinct, what it will do is it will be removing the duplicates. It will be displaying only the distinct elements. And the second slicing operation we have seen, that is limit. So what it will do is, so it will be displaying only the first two entries. So based on the type of, like based on the size, what the size you are providing, so it will be allowing only, it will be retrieving only those elements. Okay, so now skip. So skip is one of the intermediate operation, and it will be always takes the a number as a parameter, and it will be giving and it will be skipping those elements based on the given number. It will be skipping those elements and it will be displaying the rest of the elements. So next we have matching operations. Next we have matching operations. Matching operations, spelling of matching operations. So matching operations are terminal operations that are used to check if the element with certain criteria present in a stream or not. Okay, so there are mainly three matching functions we have in a stream. So they are find first. They are find not, these are the finder operations. We have any match, any match. Next we have all match, all match. And then at the last we have the none match. So these are the matching operations we have in a stream API. So what exactly it will do? What is any match? What is all match? What is none match? Let's see one by one. So any match. So what it will do is any match will be taking the a predicate as a parameter. I think predicate as a parameter only it will be taking it. Okay. So what it will do is any match will be taking the predicate as a parameter. Predicate as a parameter. And it will evaluate predicate, right? So predicate will be evaluating the condition and will be returning a true or false. So any match, what it will do is it will be checking the elements which you are looking for. So if any one let's say, for example, if you have a list of elements and you are looking for a, let's say an example of like, um, countries list itself, like that's we have seen just now. So in a countries list, we have the number of countries. Now let's say I want to fetch the country uh, which is equals to Australia, something like that. So I'll say any match of like I'll be giving that predicate logic inside this any match method. So any match of list dot stream dot filter, then we will be like we will be not filter, then we will be providing the any in any match we will be taking the predicate as a parameter, right? So let me write the code for this. So any match will be taking the predicate as a parameter. In predicate, what we are doing is we are like checking the condition if any country has a name called us, so we will be returning that. So any one particular in the entire list, if any one entry is matching, so it will return true. Okay. If not, it will return false. If any one of the entry is not matching, it will return false. There is a all match as well. So all match will be taking the predicate as a parameter. Predicate as a parameter. So what it will do is it will so whatever the elements we have, whatever the elements we have in a list. So it will check that if a condition, like if a given condition is matching with all the elements or not. If the elements which are there in the list are matching the given condition or not. If it is matches, it will return true. If any one element which is not matching the given condition, it will return false. So all match will return true only when all elements matches the given criteria. Okay. So none match. Okay. You have like if nothing is matching, like you have given some criteria, if nothing is matching, even though it will return true. Okay. So it will return false when something is matching, it will return false. Okay. So now let's see an examples on this any match, all match. Okay. So none match, I'll give it as a note, exercise for you. You have to practice this one. Now let me go back. So let me go back over here. Let me take a custom example. Here I have taken the person details, right? Let me take this one same. So I will say this as matching operations. These are the matching operations. I'll say matching matching operations. And main cool. Inside main will be giving the person details. Let me close all this data. So here we have persons, different types of persons, person one, person two. Let me give directly as a person one. Okay, person one, person two, person three, person four. So let me change the names. Okay, so these are the four persons we have. We have added these persons to the list. Okay, once we add it, now the thing is that now I'm checking a condition. If any person is having an age, you know, more than 20, so I'll be checking that, like, I'll be like, if any person is having an age more than 20, so I'll be returning the true. Okay, so let's say persons dot stream through the persons. What it will do, it will return the stream of persons. Now what you are doing, you will be performing a matching operation. You'll say the any match will be taking the predicate as a parameter. Now what predicate will be taking? Predicate will be taking a abstract predicate will be having only one abstract method, which is a test. The test will be taking an object that is a t. So here in our case, the object is person. So let's pass person, lambda expression. Now what you're doing is here. So you're checking that person dot get age or get age is greater than 20. We'll be checking for all this, all the persons which is stored in a list. So what you have to do is you have to display person details. You have to display the person details. It is true. And the other end ho gaya. Okay, now here I can write. It's nothing. Any match. This is fine. This is closed. Person dot age. Okay, that's fine. So okay, let's return boolean. It will return only boolean value, right? Okay. So matching is found. Only it will return true or false. The result. So here, not written anything. I'll directly say that what is the result. Okay. So here we are checking the person one by one. So if a person is having age more than 20, so we will be saying that the result is true. If at least one, in four of we have 4 person details, right? If any one person, any one person is satisfying this condition, so we'll be returning true. Okay, let's run this one. So it will return true now. See here, you can check it is returning true. So now let's see for the all match. Let's see for the all match. I'll give over here, I'll check the condition. I'll say 30 or I'll say 26. So 26, yeah, greater than or equals to 26, we can give. So now I'll be changing this. Okay, I'll change over here only. I'll copy this entire thing. Add a separate statement. Now I'll comment this part. Let's keep both at a time. So here, what I'll do is all match. So what all match I said? All the conditions, like all the persons should satisfy this condition. If the condition is satisfied, so it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So in here you can see person 1 is not at all matching. Definitely 23 is not greater than 26. Correct. 26 is greater than or equals to 26. True. 28 is greater than or equals to 26. True. 21 is not greater than to the 26. So here 2 conditions are failing. So definitely this one should fail. So it should return false now. The result should be of false. Let's see. Run the applications, waiting for the result. Yeah, see, you got the result. Okay, fine. So these are the matching operations. Okay, so now we have the finding operations. So what finding operations will do? Let's say here we have matched the data, right? If we want to retrieve the data, then we will be using the finding operations. Okay, fine. So what are the methods we have in finding operations? Let's see. Let me teach you finding operations. See, in the last, we have seen the matching operations, right? Okay. So those operations check whether the elements in the stream matches the given particular condition, given criteria or given condition or not. Okay. If it is matches, it returns true. If it is not matching, it will return false. It is returning false. However, Sometimes we need to, however, sometimes we need to get the matched elements as well. So at that time, what you will do? Definitely, you should have the finding operations. So you'll be using the finding operation methods. You will be getting those details. Okay. So we have two methods. They are find first and find any. Okay. So find first will return the find. Yeah, find first, and we have find any. Okay. So find first and find any. So what find first will do, it returns the, first element in a stream actually. So wherever, any match, what it will do, any match will be finding the element which is matching the given criteria, right? So once it is matches, what you do, you have to fetch the element. Okay. So it may be any element. So if you want to only fetch the first element, then you have to use find first. If you want to find anywhere it is matching it, okay, I want to find the element wherever it is matching it. It may be a first element or it may be a last element. I need to fetch it. Okay, then we have to use a find any. Okay, so let's see an example on find any as well. Mm, so, for example, find any, find any, find any. Okay, so I'll directly say this will not support. I think filter will support the finding operations. Let's see. Find any element. Find any element, and we'll be writing a main method. Okay. So let me copy this data from the matching operations. In matching operations should be retrieving it. Find any element. Let me close others. Paste the data. Okay. So any match is just any match, and none match, all match, what it will do, it will just return true or false. Now, if you want to retrieve the data, okay, so if any condition is satisfying, we want to retrieve the data, we will be using find first. Okay. So let's say persons dot stream through the persons, it will return stream of persons. Now I'll say filter, it will take the predicate and will say a person dot get name dot equals ignore case, will say Rohit. So what it should return, it should return the data. So now what I'll do is I'll be finding the, I'll just pass the find any, find first also you can pass it, it will return data. Okay, now what it will return? It will return the object. It will return the optional of person. Okay. Now if you want to get the data, he'll say op dot get, and you'll be getting the person details person. And let's display this person. Okay. Let's run this. Let's see. So it should fetch the first element. Yeah, it is fetching the first element. Okay. So if I say find any, I'll change the name over here, I'll say Gil. Instead of find first, I'll say find any. So it will fetch the element. If it is matching, it will fetch the element and it will display it. See, it is retrieving it. Okay, start it again. So the next concept is reduction operations. The next concept is reduction operations. Right. Reduction operations. See, reduction operations, these reduction operations are those that reduces the stream into single value. So reduction operations are those that reduces the stream into a single value. The operations that we are going to discuss in this lesson are immutable operations actually. Okay. So yeah, immutable operations, because they reduce the result into a single value. These are the immutable operations which will reduce the result into a single value. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that is a mutable operations, reduction operation. Before we discuss about the reduction operations. We will be exploring few things actually, some key concepts. Okay, one is the identity. Identity. The other one is accumulator. 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 The last one is combiner. Combiner. So these are the few you know concepts which we are going to learn before learning about this reduction operations. Okay, so what is an identity? Identity is an element that is identity is an element. Initially, we can say this way. Okay, identity is an initial element of the reduction operation. And accumulator. Accumulator is a function that takes two parameters. Two parameters. The first parameter would be the partial result, and the second parameter would be the input for the second parameter would be the input of the next element. Okay, so the combiner is it is a function actually. So what it will do is it is used to combine the partial result of reduction operations. So when reduction is parallelized at that time, we will be using this combiner. Okay. So yeah, that is the combiner. Identity is the one which will be which we will be it is the default value actually. Identity is the default value. Accumulator is the one which accepts two parameters. One is the partial result and the other one is the next element which we are passing it. And the combiner is the one, it will be combining the result of partial result. Which will be combining the partial result actually. So we have the methods inside this reduction operations. The first one is this reduce method, which will be taking the binary operator. I will explain you this binary operator, right? Binary operator will take the binary operator and this will return the optional of B. It will return some optional object. So optional is a container which will store some object. Okay. So just think that it is a container where we are storing some object in it. So if we want it, we'll directly call get function, we'll get the data from the optional. Okay. So binary operator. So in functions, we have seen the, function unary operator is the one which takes which takes a type object as a type t, and it will return some which will be returning the same type as a result, right? Even though, like, even for the binary operator as well, it will be taking the object of type t, and it will return the same value. But the difference is that here it is taking the two parameters. The binary operator will be taking the two parameters. The unary operator will be taking only the one parameter. The two parameters are, one is the object, the other one is the argument which you are going to pass it. Okay. So let's see a simple example on this one for the binary operator as well. For the reduce method as well, not binary operator. Okay. Okay. Let's take a separate class. Now this time what I'll do is I'll take an employee class. Here I'll write it employee class. Mm, Employee will be having the name and the age and the salary. Okay, let's take employee will be having a name, private, and age, and private doubles salary. Okay, let's generate the setters and getters for this one. Generate setters and getters, copy all, and generate setters and getters. Now let's generate the constructor as well. Generate, or not this one, generate constructor, select all, create the constructor. Now create the default constructor, public employee. This is the default constructor. Okay, sorry, I haven't given the complete name, right? Wrong name I have given. So let me refactor this one. Refact file name, emp, employee, fine, cool. Yeah, it could be employee. That's fine. It's an employee as well. Okay. So now we have created the employee class, which will be having the name, age, and the salary. Okay. Now we will be finding the total salaries of all employees. Okay. So let's write a function and let's write a main class and find the total salaries of an employee. Let me write it over here. Java, and say find total salaries of employees. Find total salaries of employees. Add function. I'll say here employee equals to new employee. The employee will be having the name. Let me give as Zakir, and age 24, salary let's say 35,000. Okay. Similarly, create two more employees. Make it as an employee 1, and this guy is an employee 2, and this guy is employee 3. I'll say Hassan. So one more employee whose age is 32, and there's one more guy, Ravi. It's an employee whose age is 30, and his salary is 65, and his salary is 85. Okay. I'll be adding these employees to a list. I'll say list of employee. I'll say employees, new linked list. A new linked list. Fine. I'll import this list. Okay. Import the list. Cool. So now I'll say employees dot stream through the employees. Okay, I have to add the employees to it, right? So employees dot add employee one. Okay, paste two and three. Three employees we have added. Let's stream through the employees. Now let's stream through the employees. Now what I'll do is let's stream it, and we have to find the sum of salaries, right? Okay. Stream it, stream. It will return the stream of employees. Use map. I have taken the map. Okay, so I want to return the sum of salaries, right? So then definitely I have to take a map, because map will be taking the function interface as a parameter. So function will be taking a parameter of type t and it will return a different type. Now here we'll be using employee dot get salary, and what you do is you'll be summing up these salaries. You'll be summing up the salaries. What method you have? You have a method called reduce. Okay, it will be taking the two parameters. Okay, it will be taking the two parameters. One is the employees. One is the salary. One it will be taking two employees, two objects. One is salary one here, and salary two I'll give. And lambda expression, it will take two objects. We'll take two objects and you'll say sal1 plus sal2. That's it, right? Sal1. Okay. Sal1 plus sal2. This will return the sum of salaries, and this will store in a optional of. So the salary would be in terms of tuple. Let me check what it will return. Optional of, it is not coming the reference one. Optional of, what is the type of an employee? So it would be a salary, would be a double, right? Salary, sum of sals, sum of sals. So what it will return? It will return the sum of all these salaries. Okay, so let's see what would be the amount. So I'll say sum of sals dot get. Okay, we got the sum of salaries. Let me add some content over here, concatenate it, and let's run this application. See, it is returning the sum of salaries, 1,95,000. Okay, got it? That's all I can say. Like for the reduction operations, and I have the time and date AP and all. So it's a small concepts and all. So you don't need to worry about it. I have given notes. Okay, we just have to. You people have to just go through the notes. Okay, in notes you can find everything.